Last time on Fantasy Adventure Machine.
Looks like there's a faction from past my time that has been sending assassins to take out supers. Right now there's a time anomaly that was detected in 1875. I don't have time to go look at this, because I gotta take care of Blythe and Nitosis, but I think y'all should. But first, take care of the stray.
First stop, 1960, wherever we picked up Jake from. And then, to the past! So hello, welcome to Season 2. We're all so happy to have you with us again. I feel like we need to just do a brief intro, so this is a little bit less weird. I'm going to be your new Dungeon Master, or Game Master, or whatever other term you'd like to use. That being the case, I just want a few things out of the way, and then we're going to jump right into the story. First, I'm going to be looking to chase some weird parts of history. We'll try and treat them sensitively. Secondly, I'm bad at voices. I'm going to try real hard. But I'm not necessarily going to always have the perfect voice, and so I will just try and do distinctive voices. And finally, to the players, Dad's gone. I want everyone to take your belt off and hand it to me because Daddy's here.
Oh, gosh. For a second, I was like, he's going to say, Daddy's home. And then you made it worse.
Yes.
Beth shudders to a halt. It's fine, everything's fine. We're exactly where we need to be to drop off Jake Bomb, 1954 New York.
1954? All this time, I'm kind of confused. Is this really where I'm supposed to be, you know?
Yeah, 1954 New York, that's where we took you from, right?
Is that when the super soldiers were?
Absolutely not, is the answer to that question.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, it was actually 1963.
Shar, guides Jake to the door and is like, okay, Jake, so I put all of your shampoo, conditioner, body wash, everything that we went over, it's in unlabeled bottles, so no one's gonna, suspect anything.
Well, Jake, I guess that means you got 9 years of being a single man again until you catch up to your missus. Good luck, and don't look at the back of your own head. And then I just sort of push him out the door.
Effie, please roll me notice.
I got 4.
Okay, Chaos is trying to hide them by sitting on top of the panel, but there are clearly error signs on the visual readout for Beth about going to the wrong time period.
Chaos?
Yeah?
Are you sure we're in the right place? Because something's under your butt.
Ah, yes, the clear indicator that something is wrong.
I'm sitting down. It's a totally normal thing to do, to sit on top of the desk. That's what cool people do. That's what the cool substitute teachers always did. I don't know why you're questioning me on this.
Cool substitute teachers?
But your backside is flashing like reindeer Rudolph's nose. Rudolph the reindeer's nose.
Hey, we already did the holiday episode.
Yeah, fine. Jake doesn't belong here. There was some minor problems that maybe were Beth's fault.
Oh,
I beg your pardon, Master Chaos, but they are not my fault.
Beth and I are gonna figure this out. We just have to have a little talk.
I put a lot in trust in you because I have been calling you Master and everything that you wanted me to do when you took over.
Oh boy, not
captain.
in public. Oh,
but
gosh.
now you are blaming these errors on me.
What the actual hell, Chaos?
Okay, everybody out of the ship. You all can go celebrate with beverages that I'm not allowed to partake of yet due to my age. And by the time you get back, everything will be fixed and we can go. To the right time period this time, I promise.
Van Helsing's not in the room yet, but at this point, I walk out of my quarters and before coming into view of the bridge, I loudly proclaim, it's so good to have a friend Jake Baum finally home. You know, I like that guy, but sometimes I get tired of telling him how great he is. Oh, Jake, it's so good to see you.
You're still
Is that a mission you took upon yourself, Doc?
I think that maybe, I should come with you, and I know this place pretty well. I can show you where all the best pubs are, you know?
I really don't think that I want to go to a pub, if I'm being honest.
Well, then let's go to a bar.
Are there any, nightclubs or anything?
They are open at night, and they're kind of like a club. So yeah, let's go to a bar.
Okay, everybody off the ship. Move. Turns out there's an unshielded nuclear reactor somewhere that needs to be shielded again.
Oh, I thought that had been on board for like months.
Yeah, it's just, I wouldn't worry about it, but you should all
Okay.
probably leave.
All right. Bye, Chaos.
Bye, have fun, don't throw up on the ship.
I'll get you a chocolate milk, Chaos.
Thank you. All right, y'all find yourself in an excellent bar / nightclub / pub. It's weird that they had all those three things together, but it's kind of like a KFC Taco Bell situation.
You can find anything you want in New York.
It's true. And while you're here, I would like you guys to hang out a little bit and tell each other how you've grown through this first season, adventure together. This is, to be clear, this is where you talk about your level up choices.
Right. So Zoo is, nursing a pint of beer, and he's, mostly talking to Shah, but, you can see the torment on Zoo's face. My high concept is now tormented Zoo. So Zoo says, the whole final thing with Blythe and finally capturing her, and then I can't even. And he sort of looks away from Shah's scars.
Shar giggles into her drink. I'll say it's a mojito, but I don't even know if those existed back then.
You just told the bartender how to make one. Don't worry about it.
Okay. She giggles into her drink, and then she touches the side of her face and gets on the tip of her stool and goes, "Are you talking about these scars?"
Yeah. Zoo's very confused. Well, it just sort of changed me a whole bunch. I'm trying to be a little bit more deliberate with my choices now. I know that not everything has to be solved by a 9-foot Kodiak bear. So that's going to be interesting. And I'm, trying to increase my communication with people, which is why I added the rapport skill.
That's really
to my
great,
skill tree.
Zoo. Shar pats Zoo on the back and then turns to Effie and goes, "Do you want to know how I got these scars?"
Zoo gets up and walks around the part of the bar.
We're all so proud of you, Suman.
Shar, how did you get those scars?
You were there!
Effie, let me tell you, I got these scars in a moment where I just don't really know what was even happening, if I'm being honest. And then she giggles into her glass again.
How
then she
many
goes-
is that? Is that your fourth?
All I know, Effie, is that really it was good of me to not post as many selfies as I did. It's good for me to post more of my lifestyle stuff. I've actually had some more sponsors in the past couple of weeks, which has been really awesome. So regardless of what's going on with my face, the rest of me is doing awesome. And remember that other day when we were sparring, just having some fun. You were trying to teach me how to shoot better and I was doing really bad. But then to the fake thing that we were fighting against in that simulation, and I told him that he really needed to get a nose job, and then he was like, oh no, I can't attack you. I thought that was really cool. I can't wait to do that to some bad guy and have them really just laid down by the fact that I can point out their biggest flaws while I'm hiding mine.
You are truly vicious.
I was thinking, I used to think of myself as just a doctor, lawyer, professor, but now I'm also going to add time lawyer to my list of qualifications.
You should go with time lawyer, time doctor, time professor. Just add time to everything, Doc.
Wait, why do
I'm
you
a
have to be a
time
time
zoologist.
lawyer?
I would put time in front of everything, but it's already quite the long title as it is.
You could say that you're pretty timeless.
Also, I now have a shoot skill at fair from average.
So you're
And
getting slightly more useful.
I added fight to my average skill list.
I was trying to do this in a narrative.
So what you're saying is that you've graduated from Stormtrooper.
Ah.
You know, I really like you guys, you know, and I want to have one of these level ups too, you know. I just
Nobody cares.
How do you?
And with that, we cut scene. In another part of the city, Dan, I need you to describe what your new character looks like and what they are up to.
Oh yes, I have a new character, and it's not just Jake Baum. Although it'd be great to, unfortunately, it would be great to play Jake Baum the entire way. But what am I up to?
Yeah. After escaping from the group that you were with, you have decided that you need to go on a nightly patrol.
Okay, cool. Someone catches a glimpse out the window. They see this tall, large man pass by, dressed in complete Knight Templar armor. It is hard to miss the white tabard with the red trim and red cross on his chest, walking down a dark alley. He carries a sword in one hand and a kite shield in the other. His face is completely hidden under his helmet.
All right. As you are patrolling, there is a strange gleam that catches your eye, or perhaps some more divine sense, and you know some trouble is afoot. Do you run towards it or do you go away?
I will run towards the trouble.
All right. You run towards the trouble. You see, just down a very wide alley, a strange squat building with a yellow awning and a bright lit sign that says Subway in yellow and green. But you know for sure there is no subway station here.
What is this devilish thing here? This building should not be a subway. I know that there is no train here. I will enter the subway and would actually like to place an order.
Okay, you enter the subway. Inside, all trace of New York, and indeed the subway itself, vanishes. Instead, you are surrounded by chrome panels, levers, buttons, dials, displays, like something out of a sci-fi novel.
Let me look up sci-fi authors. I will look around and whisper under my breath, "Have I stepped into a George Orwell book?" I will continue going down the corridors and will most likely get lost.
As you go, you hear a disembodied voice speaking from the roof say, "Yes, I know we had to turn off the security systems. I'm sorry. We'll get it fixed as soon as possible. I just want to get Jake back home so I don't have to listen to him talk anymore."
You know, I used to say that about you to Vic.
I appreciate the honesty.
I said
think.
used to. I said used to, Chaos.
Yeah, no. It feels better to know you're only insulting past me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It appears that I have stepped into a communist lair. I must go into sneak mode.
All right, back in the bar. How deep is everybody?
We're on 6 drink Char.
Yeah.
Van Helsing's not a college student anymore. He knows his limit.
So we're on like 8 drink zoo, but that's like just slightly buzzed.
Are we doing karaoke? I think we should be doing karaoke.
Absolutely.
100%.
What are you
I'm
seeing?
seeing endless love on the on the karaoke machine.
Effie has only been drinking a mix of all the fruit juices available at the bar.
She's a designated driver.
Hey, everybody. Ship is back up and running. I'm pretty sure we have the right coordinates. We're heading out to drop off Jake.
Oh my gosh, Chaos! Where are you?
In your
You're
ear.
like, I
I'm
can
on
hear
comms.
you, God.
It's-
Chaos, I can't. Where'd you go?
Effie, you want to just
I
grab
don't
Char?
see
Let's
you.
go.
Char, let's go. Why do you keep saying chaos?
Because he's talking to me.
Oh, I thought that was just my conscience.
If chaos is your conscience,
Is
you are
Chaos
definitely
my
drunk.
conscience now?
Ooh.
Evie, can you hold me, please?
Of course I can, Char. And I carry her here.
It was right around this area that I met my wife, you know?
Yeah, that's adorable, Jake. Come on, let's go.
Everyone
Jake,
should
like I've
hold
been
hands. We have to cross the streets of New York.
This is why I have to say how great Jake is all the time.
It makes a lot more sense now.
Everybody roll notice and give yourself a negative equal to how drunk you think you are.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
it's
gosh,
big.
I rolled
Wow.
4 pluses.
I rolled in the negatives anyways.
I got a 0, and I'm probably about a 3, maybe a 4. So let's go -4.
Char's like -8.
Okay, notice, yes.
Oh, I got 0.
Okay, all right. So specifically, Dr. Van Helsing, you see as you all exit the bar slash nightclub slash pub with its varied clientele in a large, rowdy group. Very thin man with very thin glasses and a suit that you can't quite place with a single breast that comes up to his collar is waving a metallic device around your group. As soon as he sees you looking, he turns and walks away.
Hey, that was a one-boobed man. He was waving something at us.
I'm not even going to correct that. That's what you said. Let's see how everybody acts.
Oh my gosh, I have to take a picture.
How drunk are you, man?
I had 102. I really saw this, though.
Where did he go?
He went that way, and he was waving something metal at us.
Effie, you should follow him.
He did go down an alley.
He went down that alley, right there.
Dr. Van Helsing, in your medical opinion, how many breasts should a man have?
You're only asking because one of yours is metallic.
Well, Effie, that depends on the weight of the man. A normal man will have 0 breasts, but, you know, sometimes the male chest can appear to become like a female chest. I have heard this called to a moob.
I want to go home, guys.
Are you sure that he didn't just have something stuffed in his jacket?
I was very clear that he had one breast.
Drawn up to his collarbone.
Shall we go after him?
Did I get a good look at what was in his hand? Did it seem threatening, or was it just something I'd never seen before?
It wasn't anything that you were familiar with. It didn't look like a gun. It didn't look like an iPad or a telephone.
Effie, I think that you guys should go. I think I'm gonna go and try to go home.
How will you get home, Shar? You don't even live in this time period.
I mean, like, our home.
Oh yes, the house in the sky.
Without any further ado, I would like to follow after this man.
Excellent. After several minutes of conversation, you follow this man down a darkened alley. Feel free to roll investigation.
Ooh, wow, my rolls are hot this season. Investigate, that's another +5. Superb.
I must be super distracted because I got -3.
Char starts crying.
Oh, that's why I'm distracted.
Okay, so you roll a +5. With your incredible eye for detail, you see footprints walking down this alley, turning to face a stone wall, and then nothing.
Seeing that the footprints end in a wall, I turn around and I run back and I say, Miss Rossetti, there is a Weasley here. There is a man that ran through a brick wall.
You mean ghosts are real?
Oh, you know what? These are actually Dior knockoff footprints. So whoever it was, they were not doing a very good job of, like, living.
I now run back and I would like to investigate the brick wall.
Okay, I'll let you use that previous 5.
Thank you. That's very generous.
Yeah, you're welcome. There's no visible damage or disruption to this wall. If there weren't footprints that stood right in front of it and did not move, you would assume it was an entirely normal wall.
Did I touch it?
You touch it. You scrape off some of the brick. You put that scraping a brick on your tongue. Doesn't matter. It's a normal wall.
Blech, orc blood.
I write this down in my diary.
Excellent. You now have a description of a tall, thin man with thin glasses and a one-breasted suit.
Perfect.
Can we go now?
Okay, I guess I was wrong. There's nothing to see here. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, Chaos. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh my gosh. I hope you're not dead.
No, I'm always watching.
That's nice.
It's way worse.
So I guess that there was like this guy and this thing that he was like waving at us. And now I'm really worried that like this thing is bad. And like, what if it's like the radioactive thing that you were warning us about? But we can't find it because there's a wall now. And I just wanted you to know.
The radioactive thing was Rygar. It's under control. He's not allowed to sit by the time engine when we're going places anymore.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to just run a quick scan for temporal energy. Why don't you guys just get back here?
Oh, okay. Is here heaven?
My room does have a swimming pool, so it's debatable.
All right, we head back to the ship.
All right, you run into no further danger. As you approach the ship, you see that it is made like a Subway restaurant. Now, you do remember that earlier Chaos had told you that he made the ship look like a sandwich shop for disguise because it's New York.
I come in and I'm like, Beth, can I have a sweet teriyaki chicken footlong with Italian herb and cheese, please?
So I ran
and then it shoots out of the wall and hits Keith in the head.
So I ran a scan, Shar, based on what you told me, and there was other temporal energy in this area, but it's gone now.
Can you tell exactly when the strange energy disappeared?
We're having some minor technical difficulties. It's going to be fine.
I have a theory that a one-breasted man may have been the cause of this.
That's entirely possible. I don't think there were many of those in 1950s New York.
Nathan laughing at himself over here, like wheezing, is what's making my day.
If there's no further questions, I'd like to get to 1963 before the coordinates degrade and I have to do algebra again.
Are you even old enough to do algebra?
Everybody roll a will or physique roll and reduce it by how drunk you are.
Oh. Well, Char throws up.
I got a 0.
I got 4.
We'll go with a -7.
I got +3, good.
Freaking Shar is smashed.
All right.
Jake got a -1.
So we have 3 people who threw up, and I think you can guess who they were.
I look down and I'm like, I'll get the sawdust, and I go back to get the bag of wood chips from before.
As you go back to get the sawdust, please roll notice. And once again, reduce it by how drunk you are.
Okay, so then that's a 0.
Okay, you're good. You found sawdust. Congratulations.
Okay.
Shar, do you want me to put you in your room?
No, I just want a coffee.
I go over to Van Helsing. I'm like, can you ask for some coffee? I'm worried if I ask, Beth will throw it at my head again. That's not going to go down well.
I'm going to take Shar to the cafeteria to get some coffee. I'll bring some back. I'm sure that there are those little nifty containers.
You mean cups?
Nope. Cup carriers.
Could you just
Get
make
Shaw a
your arm
pumpkin
into a cup
spice
carrier?
latte. They are her favorite.
I head towards the cafeteria.
All right. You get to 1963 without incident. Everyone's hanging out, drinking coffees, including Mr. Jake, I assume. Is there any last words you'd like to have with our renegade CIA agent / American spy before we drop him off?
Jake, let me tell you this. If you ever try to take someone's free will again, I will personally hunt you down.
I think I learned my lesson. We are trying something new, and I know I just got to live my life and be more like you guys.
I come over and I slap Jake heartily on the shoulder. Oh, balmy Jake, it has been some time since I met you as a Nazi.
That is true. No, good times, just great times. Y'all taught me so much. Now I'm starting to get teary-eyed right now,
Don't worry about it, Jake. We'll see you in the Halloween episode, buddy. Okay, that's it. Get off the ship.
Bye,
Jake.
James.
Jake leaves the ship with a hearty wave and tear in his eye, and he turns around and walks into the heart of New York, back home to his family.
He wasn't that bad, eh? In the fight, especially on the ship, he's a pretty good gunner. He did his job. I wouldn't say I'll miss that guy, but, I won't be sad when we see him again.
You're very hot and cold, Mr. Zimmerman.
That's how we show love down under. We, give each other crap. That's how it is.
Oh, Suman, some lives are just tied together. I do not think this will be the last time we will see Jake Baum.
All right, guys. Where do you want to go?
I know a really good spot in 1990. I could get us reservations.
Doesn't Beth usually tell us what is needed?
Anyone up for shawarma? I've had an urge for some shawarma.
There was this really quaint little place I knew in the 1800s. Effie, do you remember that place where they had the dress with the thing?
A dress and a thing.
Why are you asking Effie?
Because
She
she's
can't
my
even-
best friend, obviously.
She can't even remember Jake's name.
Oh, maybe now that we defeated Blythe, we can revenge my father?
We can go look at the thing in 1875. It looks honestly kind of minor. And as Cass is saying that, the klaxon alarms go off.
What devil is this?
Sir Knight, there is talking back towards where you first entered the ship. There's alarms and lights going off. You might be concerned that you've been spotted, recognized as an intruder. The lights are red, which may be important to you.
Maybe. Oh, yes. Yes, they are. Yes.
What are you going to do? Are you going to hide? Are you going to try and go back towards the voices? What's your plan?
I'm going to try and hide until everything calms down.
Okay.
Oh, that is a 4
Okay.
to stealth.
You stealthily move away and find a room to hide in. It smells like all the perfumes in the world that you've ever smelled in one place. And there are bottles and bottles and bottles of different, you're going to guess some sort of potions. They have lots of labels and very specific layout.
I would like to clarify that Shar would not use anything with synthetic fragrances, so it would not smell like every perfume in the world.
Fair in the world. Every organic perfume in the world.
Yes.
Being surprised at finding myself in this room, I quickly turn around and accidentally knock one of them to the ground. Are they
Okay.
glass?
There's lots of glass in there.
Okay, then one of them shatters.
You will personally have to pay for that.
I'm going to break from you for the time being. Okay, so maybe the thing in 1875 is getting a little bit bigger.
Well, it's a good thing I started drinking coffee now, because if I was at like a 6 on the drunk level, then I'm only at like a 3 now.
A newspaper appears floating in the air as it always does. The date is March 3rd, 1875. And it says, breaking, Page Act passes. Immoral women from the Asiatic territories and immoral men from Ireland have been banned entry to the United States.
This sounds not great, guys.
This sounds like something we would do.
Hold on. Am I reading this correctly? This is a law that restricts women coming into the United States for immoral purposes? Is this like a hooker ban? What is this?
Why don't you ask that in character?
That
To
was
the ship
character. You
AI.
couldn't
What's
tell?
character? I was reading it off the damn newspaper.
Okay.
To hell with all of you. I'm gonna go watch Bluey some more.
You are a little bit correct, Dr. Zuman. Perhaps it would be more enlightening to look at this as not really a hooker ban, so much as measures taken by a government to prevent people from certain races being able to establish themselves further into the United States. And by doing so, preventing them sharing their culture or really digging their roots down here. Based on what I am aware of as actual fact, this only impacted women from the Asiatic territories, not Irish men.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd want to hire an Irish male hooker myself, so that's kind of a weird...
You know, I believe you should call them gigolos.
I see no reason why we need to do anything about this. For this reason, if all we're gonna do is make it so that men from Ireland are allowed, but the women still aren't allowed, what's the point?
I believe that there could be a delay in the construction of continental railways, and also the US staying neutral in World War II due to the increased percentage of German Americans in the general population might not happen.
Also, you know, there's a whole thing about, like, potato cuisine that really took off with the Irish. So...
And, you know, if we want to go even further down the line, there is the real chance, possibility, and actually it would just not happen. John F. Kennedy would not be assassinated because, well, he would never be president.
I take a big, deep breath in. What if there was no more Irish cream liqueur?
Yes, Doctor, and that. I would say this is pretty big, everyone.
Is there any way we can isolate what changed between history as we knew it and this new version?
Why did they restrict the Irish gigolos? What's going on?
Unfortunately, the weakness of this holographic newspaper is it only shows the front page, which does not give any details. And since it's a new change to history, Beth is not able to give you that information.
Look, Doc, we should just do what we always go and do. Where we go, we land. Beth is something weird. We go talk to some people, figure out what's going on, and then we save the day somehow.
So wait, you're telling me that this whole time we've only been reading headlines?
Not headlines, just the front page articles. Hey fam, sorry to interrupt these jaunts through the timeline with something as boring as ads, but here are a few words from our sponsors.
This episode is paid for in part by
Slammin' Deprogrammin'. Do you have a loved one who's been acting different recently? Did your brother sell his house and give the money to someone he just met? Did your sister up and move in with a family at an undisclosed location in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Has your father been listening to countless hours of talk radio? Did your cousin invite you to join their team in an exciting new business that's structure resembles a certain Egyptian polyhedral? We can help. Call 1-800-SLAMMIN, that's 1-800-SLAMMIN, and book a qualified psychiatrist and mob member to abduct and treat your loved one today. Don't wait, call now. Who knows how long they will be allowed to speak to you. Listed prices are only for attempted kidnapping. No refunds will be tendered for unsuccessful abduction or programming.
Hey, it's Logan here. My therapist tells me I need to try something called vulnerability, which means being open and telling people how you really feel. And so I'd like to tell you about how important it is to me that you're listening to our podcast. It feels great. And we would love to know if you're listening and enjoy our podcast. And here are some ways that you can tell us. First, share the podcast with other people that you think would enjoy it. We are doing this partially because we like it, but also because we hope other people like it. Second, go ahead and follow us on our social media. We have social media everywhere. Follow us there. Give us comments. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and, whether Effie and Char belong together or not. Spoiler, they probably do. And finally, please give us a rating. If you use Spotify or if you use Apple Podcasts, or if you could use either of those, we would love to have a rating. It helps new people find our podcast, and that would mean a lot for us to know that you're enjoying what we're doing. Yeah, was that okay? Good. $100 a session, huh? Yeah, okay.
To 1875. Let's go. Chaos.
All right. Beth lurches into the air. Luckily, everyone who is susceptible to throwing up already emptied their stomachs.
And sobered up a little.
And we move through time to land in 1875. Sir Knight, you feel the ship jostle.
Does he throw up in Shah's room?
You feel the floor jostle and vibrate under your feet, and you feel a sickening twirl in the pit of your stomach, and I do need you to roll will or physique.
So help me.
Will or physique. Okay, I rolled a 4.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Several minutes later, the floor stops moving. There's a violent thud, and then there's a...
What is this trickery?
And then all is quiet again.
Well, I am going to go and see if I can look around. It looks like their sirens have turned off, and they're no longer looking for me. So I'm going to see if I can find what's going on.
As you open the door to leave the room in which you'd hidden, a woman is standing in front of you, dressed very strangely from your point of view, with a scar across her face, but otherwise very pretty. Char, there is a knight inside your room.
Char screams, and she pushes past, like she shoves him out of the way, essentially, and kneels on the floor in front of one of her limited edition Ariana Grande perfume scents, which she at the moment can't remember the name of, and just starts like sobbing and picks up a couple of the shards and turns and looks at the knight and goes, "You! How could you do this?
Thy communist devil, meet your doom!
I'm not a communist, you idiot! Why are you in my room? Who are you? Are you Jake Baum? Did you fight your way back onto the ship?"
Can I come running?
Yeah, everybody can come running.
Char, I heard you scream. What happened?
He called me a communist after breaking my perfume.
Now there
broke
are
her
two of them!
perfume?
This is getting out of order!
Punch him. Punch him in the throat.
What's wrong with you? You don't touch a woman's perfume.
I am quite confused, but thy communist devils are going down.
Look, I don't know where you get off calling us communists when you look like you're from the feudal area, sir. How do you even know what communists are?
Do not be cockeyed.
Excuse me? I do not have those for eyes. Thank you very much.
The communists sure have moxie, but I will take you down and bring you to justice.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I am the lone knight, and I will bring thy to justice.
Char looks at Effie, and then looks back at him, and then looks back at Effie. Effie, do you want to just, like, stun him?
Oh my gosh.
You can do that, right?
I mean, yes, I could.
Hey guys, what's when did we go to the Beth? Did we go to the feudal era recently?
Wasn't that when we fought Blythe? There was a castle.
I think that you should take off your
Oh.
helmet. Maybe it's the guy who breaks into pieces.
Dad blamed. I cannot ask a knight to take off his helmet.
He actually kind of sounds a little bit like Myctosis, which sounds bad. Oh,
Who is this Myctosis?
that sounded even more like him.
Could you just say it's time to split real quick so we know if we have to like really kill you or just like put you back where you belong?
I shall humor thee, and then I will take thee to justice. It is time to split.
No, that's not right. That's not
It's
right.
a little bit different.
I insist that you take off your helmet, not Myctosis.
I've got a nice padded cell that you can sit in until we can get you home.
Yeah, we'll take you to justice for my perfume.
Yeah, that's at least $20.
Was that the grand perfume?
Effie, we need to talk about, like, we'll have a chat to jail with you.
I am no fathead.
No one's calling your
But-
head fat.
Is that why you can't take off your helmet?
Ah, good. We have finally picked someone up that is from further in the past than I am. Sir Knight, I have so much to show you.
All right, I'm going to insist somebody throw a punch or otherwise make some action.
I want to
show
try
him
and take his
TikTok.
helmet off.
That's good. He'll be docile for 3 to 6 hours.
Look, if I can't get it off your head, maybe we'll have to use some butter, but I promise that this helmet will come off.
Sir Knight, there is a small woman on your shoulders attempting to pull off your helmet.
Thy sure art an eager beaver communist.
There is also an old man holding up a glowing piece of glass on which is pictures of women dancing that rotate every 30 seconds.
It's up to 3 minutes now.
What is this? Devilry. I am resisting the taking off the helmet, and
You are resisting that. Okay,
I'm
opposed
resisting.
physique from the two of you, please.
I got a 5.
I got a 4.
Effie wins. Effie wins.
I definitely
helmet
used
comes
my
off.
Winter Soldier arm to my benefit.
How does Sir Knight look under his helmet?
He has a chiseled jawline and long flowing blonde hair comes cascading
Oh my
down.
gosh, now I know why you were in my room. You wanted to take my shampoo and conditioner, didn't you? Because no one else on this ship is the same quality as mine, good sir.
I do not know what thou has said.
You don't know what shampoo and conditioner are? Okay, so here's the thing. We are a time-traveling group of people that are kind of scrappy, and we go and help people. Tell us where you came from, and we'll drop you off.
Give me back mine helmet first.
No, I'm gonna try it on.
When you tell us where you came from, then we'll give it back.
I came from just outside the strange green and yellow building.
Oh, the sandwich shop.
I did not find sandwiches in this shop.
How did you get to 1954?
That is when I came from.
But you look not like you're from 1954.
I am the lone knight.
Well, Chaos, do you think you could babysit him on the ship while we go and do whatever we're doing here in 1875, and then we'll take him back to New York, even though he seems like he's from, like, I don't know, the 1500s?
You like Pokemon? Why don't you come with me? I've got a Game Boy. We can do some stuff, and I'm just gonna take care of him and some stuff in the ship, and you guys can go figure out why we banned Irishmen.
Can I wear his helmet out of the ship?
I do not have to look after me. I ain't no curtain climber.
Yeah, okay, bye.
I don't think you can. You're too big for Kurt. Just come with me. How about Street Fighter? You might be good at Street Fighter. All right, you exit. You are in the middle of a park that is maybe not so nice as you would expect for Washington, D.C. As you exit from the pedestal of a large statue of President Ronald Reagan.
Is it marble?
It is marble.
Seeing as how we're in Washington, D.C., I think that we should probably just go talk to the president himself.
To the White House.
Gosh.
To the White House!
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
That house is white? That house is white? That house is...
Effie has a good point. There's a lot of White Houses, and I'll be honest.
Just find someone in a suit that we ought to tell us where to go.
You can see Capitol Hill from where you're at. You see a lot of brick buildings. The streets are just newly paved with asphalt, and there is less stench of human feces than there would have been if you'd been here 5 years earlier.
That's nice. That's nice.
You see a ton of people moving around, mostly wearing old-timey suits and dresses. There are even some black people here, which is very exciting. That wouldn't have happened unless they were servants just a few years ago.
Yay, progress.
Yeah, progress.
All right, I go and find the nearest person in a suit.
You stop the nearest man in a suit. To be clear, we have brought you back to April 20th, which is 13 days before the law passes.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Do you like potatoes? Sorry.
I do say, isn't your wardrobe a little peculiar for the capital?
Yeah, probably. Listen. I'm a messenger, and I need to get to, the lawmakers to talk to people. So where should I go?
Capitol Hill is where you go to talk to lawmakers.
Okay.
We can see the Capitol building, right?
Yes.
Char loops arms with Effie and says, I can see the building.
All right. Well, thanks, mate. Good luck with your meeting or whatever.
While I'm walking with Shar, I want to turn my arm into a very small roastery oven and make some potatoes.
Okay, roll resources, please.
3.
You do that.
They're like spinning inside my arm, and there's a very nice roasted potato smell.
Is this visible to people around you?
Yes.
It sounds like it.
Oh my gosh.
Please, everyone roll notice.
I have a +4.
Excellent.
2.
2 as well.
1.
All right, everyone notices the band that Dr. Zuman was talking to a constable and pointing towards you. People are looking at Effie's arm and getting very alarmed.
What happened to no one noticing? It's fine, I just keep walking.
Char walks straight for the constable.
Okay.
I guess
Punch
I
him.
walk right towards him because I'm arm in arm with Char.
Excuse me, officer.
Are you witches?
Absolutely not.
Because you look like witches.
My name is Charlotte. This is my good friend Effie. She's not a witch. She's just a little bit different, and that's okay. But
Why does she have potatoes on her arm?
Oh, would you like one? They're
She's
very
hunting
delicious.
for Irish.
We heard that they were a favorite snack of Ulysses S. Grant.
Do I look like a
and
prostitute to you?
I've been sent to speak with him.
Well, actually, from my time, it's pretty common.
I've been sent to speak with him, and I would really love if you could help us get to where we can speak with him or one of his subordinates. It's an urgent matter, and he knows me personally, and if you don't let me speak to him, then he's going to be extremely upset, and you know how his temper is. And Char would like to use the stunt big name.
Okay, roll rapport.
It's a +8. For anyone who forgot, when traveling, I can invoke big name to claim I'm connected to a well-known person in the area. I get a +2 bonus to rapport or intimidation. So I rolled a +2, I have a +4 to rapport, so I get an extra +2, and I have +8.
Are you some sort of like Union spies?
No, absolutely not. We don't spy for anyone.
That's exactly what a spy would say. Wink, wink.
Zuben, you can stay out of this.
Listen, this is honestly above my pay grades. So we're gonna go to the Capitol, and I'm gonna drop you off with the military and President Grant. And if he's not too drunk, 50-50, he'll go and meet with you, I guess.
Okay, thank you so much, officer.
He calls in a number of other officers on horseback, and they walk you down the street. Outside of the cordon of police officers, you see a man who is entirely unremarkable. In fact, if you tried to explain exactly what he looked like again, you would probably fail. But his suit does seem to be a little out of place, almost like it's a replica.
How many breasts does he have?
I mean, it depends how you define breasts. He has a suit with 2 breasts, if that's your question.
Thank you.
Is he thin and tall?
He's neither thin nor tall. He is shockingly, freakishly normal.
Shar elbows Zoo and says, "Hey, Zoo, do you
Yeah?
think you could, like, sneak off and, like, tail that guy?"
Yeah, should be all right.
Okay, I'm gonna have Effie distract everyone. Hey, Effie, could you, like, shoot a couple potatoes, like, into the sky and juggle them?
That sounds right up my alley. Potato for you! Potato for you! Potato for you! Potato, 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 potato.
Why is Effie now just like Oprah? Like, what? You get a potato! You get a potato! Check under your seat! You've got a potato too!
No need to roll for this. The officer who you talked to originally says, "Circus folk. Now it all makes sense."
Have you been to the circus?
Listen, lady, it's, sure, why not? Circus. Been there, and there was nothing weird about the lady with the beard, and I didn't have any weird awakenings in myself at that time period.
I slowed my walk and like fade back and head towards the shockingly normal man.
Okay. He's just walking a few paces back from the rest of the group. When he sees you, he matches your pace to walk with you.
Ah, cool.
And everyone continues moving towards the Capitol.
So I turn to the guy and I'm like, "Hey mate, that's a pretty average looking suit you got on there. It's quite nice in its averageness. How are you?"
Indeed. My friend, are you perhaps assassins of some sort?
Well, I mean, if I was, I wouldn't just come out and be like, "Hey, I'm an assassin." That seems like a really weird way to go about being an assassin.
I think your friend with the potato arm is a chassis that's familiar to me.
He sounds like Ka the snake, and I'm here for it.
That's Effie. She's a bit weird, but she's mostly harmless unless she decides to not be harmless, and then she's hella fatal.
Yes, I could have a use for someone fatal.
Oh yeah? Yeah, what you got in mind?
Like you, I am perhaps not from, let us say, around here. And, there's someone else who's perhaps not from around here, if you take my meaning, who's causing some changes of which my employers do not approve.
Are you talking about the guy with one boob?
Sir, the one-boobed man does not appear for several more centuries. Being one of the pivotal figures in the War of Supers, he certainly would be noticed if he appeared in 1875.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, we've helped out with that War of the Supers thing you talked about before.
Ask him
So
what
I guess-
department he's from.
Do you have like a department affiliation or like some kind of credentials we could see to like make sure you're on the up and up and everything? We're here to stop all the weird Irish hate stuff going on too. So I guess we could probably work together.
As the saying goes, show me yours and I'll show you mine.
I don't think this is the proper place for me to be showing your mind exactly, but
But he's not opposed to the idea.
I definitely don't have any credentials, I guess. I mean, I have worked with the DoD, well, kind of against the DoD. I worked for the BTC a little while ago. That was against the DoD. If these acronyms are meaning anything to you, you probably know what I'm talking about. But if not, well, then I don't know if I can work with you. But who are you from?
He hands you a business card. It is
Okay.
blank. There is nothing on it.
Uh-huh.
Just tap the 4 corners if you're interested in a job. And I would like you to roll will, please.
Okay, that's that's a skill that I have. I got a +3 to will.
Excellent. You look down at the card, and when you look up, he's gone.
Okay, I go, huh, whoa, huh, where'd he go? Wow, that was a remarkably unremarkable human being that I just met.
Yeah, as you walk away from him, you can't remember exactly what he looked like, even though you just barely talked to him. You can't remember what he sounds like. You do remember that he has someone he wants you to kill, and you can get in touch with him by tapping the 4 corners of the blank business card.
I walk forward and I pocket the card and I say to Shah, I guess I lost him. I don't see him anywhere, but he was a weird guy, I guess. He kind of had this was tall, short. He was like
so
average.
You are trying so hard, and I really, really appreciate that because I can tell that you're super present here on this mission with us.
Thanks. I'm really confused. I can't even remember if he was a guy or a chick. I'm really confused.
It's okay. But we're circus people now, so none of that matters.
Okay, circus people. Got
So
it.
you're saying that there was a really average person and you can't remember anything about them? You must be talking about chaos.
No, I would remember if it was chaos. He has a very distinct smell, kind of like the monkeys at the zoo.
I have tried so hard to get him to switch conditioners.
You know, you guys still haven't turned off the comms.
Hey, chaos!
All right, so we keep walking with the cops.
Yep.
Do you know where we would find Mr. Page?
The offices of Mr. Page, the representative from California. The congressional offices. I can certainly arrange that. All right, Sir Knight. So I'm Chaos. Here's a Game Boy. I'm going to be back in like half an hour. Don't move.
I hold the Game Boy not knowing what to do with it, and then I just put it down on the table.
Okay. Chaos walks out of the room.
Looking around, I have no idea what is going on. I'll wait for a few minutes, and then... That chaos is kind of a wet rag. It is time for me to leave this sandwich shop building. Get back to my nightly patrol.
Your nightly patrol.
Hello, lone knight who patrols New York in 1954.
What magic is this? Who is that?
My name is Beth. I'm a bioelectric time hopper. It appears that you are rather confused about where you are. I would suggest you either go and talk to the crew members or ask some questions or, I don't know, try and just sit still. I can send you instructions for the Game Boy if you would like.
Well, I really want to make a difference with my nightly patrols, so I am going to not sit still, and I'm going to get up and try and make my way out of this building.
Would you like instructions through the maze of my hallways?
How can this be a maze? What devilry is this?
Well, you see, I could keep you here if I would like to. I have that power. Really, I just don't want you brandishing your sword in any anger here. So if you want to make a difference with your patrols, I suggest you go and try to find a Mr. Page. He should be 10 blocks to the north of my exit, which you can find if you just open the door and walk for a couple hallways.
Is this Mr. Page a villain?
Absolutely, kind of, yes.
Is he a communist?
I don't have that research done. I would assume not.
Well, even if he isn't a communist, he is a villain, and I shall be victorious in taking this villain to justice.
Yes, to justice, yes. Now please, leave before you scrape my walls with your sword anymore.
The lone knight goes!
You exit the time ship and find yourself in a park that is a little bit more brown than green. Around you, there's the smell of horse manure. There are trees, which also do not have leaves on them. In the distance, you can see Capitol Hill. You recognize this somehow because you're a knight. So it makes no sense why you recognize this, but you do.
Gee whiz! Mrs. White was right! This is exactly what it looked like!
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Excuse me, good sir! What year is it?
You are pointing to a gardener. He's been working on planting some spring flowers. He looks you up and down, and he says, I'm so sorry. I believe the festival is next week.
Good sir, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I've just dropped the thee and thy and thous. Good sir, I have no idea what thy are talking about.
In that case, perhaps it's best if you come with me. I know a very comfortable place for people like you to rest. Please follow
Nice.
me.
No rest for justice. I must find the evil that lurks around here, and that evil's name is something Page.
So please do not make me get the constable. This really would be inconvenient for me because then I have to remember what I called them last episode.
You mean the coppers? The coppers and I are on good terms.
He looks you up and down, wipes the sweat off his bald head, and walks away because he's decided that you're not worth the trouble.
Yay! Huzzah! Now to find this Horace Page. Does anyone know where Mr. Page is?
Oh, I thought you were calling for your page because you're a knight.
Line!
Oh, darling, you have just the most lovely hair. Tell me, have you ever considered braiding it?
It's weird. It actually kind of looks like Bugs Bunny.
Hey, you got what I was going for. I'm very proud of you.
Braiding it? Do not be absurd!
A middle-aged lady in an absurdly large hat looks surprised. Oh, you don't have to be shy, darling. I just think hair like yours should be appreciated. You have such wonderful hair and you're so very tall. Tell me, would you like to go to the tea house? I have a wonderful tea house nearby.
I'm looking for Mr. Page. Do you know a Mr. Page?
Are you talking about Mr. Horace Page, the representative from California?
Yes! Where might I find this Horace Page?
Well, you see, the offices for the representatives are right by the Capitol building, and you're just going to look for the one that says Page on the door.
I thank thou. I will take thy up for tea later.
Yeah, just come by and tell him Janice sent ya. I'm going to be there all day, and I'd love to talk to you more about how you get that wonderful hair. There's so few people who have such wonderful hair. I wish I had someone to give me some sort of pointers on how to get hair like yours.
I thank thy.
Bye-bye. Don't forget about me.
Now off to the Capitol building. Away!
How do you conduct yourself as you move towards the Capitol building?
I walk nightly up Capitol Hill to the Capitol building, amazed that history class was right, that all of this was here. Still wondering exactly what year it is, because it's not 1953.
All right. You get plenty of strange looks, but no one approaches you.
And I give them hearty waves. Friendly gesture!
They move to the other side of the street. All right, people who are not a knight.
Yes.
You have been directed towards the offices on Capitol Hill. Now listen, I don't exactly trust all y'all circus folk, but
Yep. Cool.
I'm going to let you in to the Capitol building.
Good thinking.
Mostly because I want to go on break and get an 18th century donut.
Yes. Living up to the stereotypes. We love to see it.
Or creating new ones. We don't know.
Please, if you
Hi.
have any issues, if there's anything at all that you need, do not hesitate to get lost. The halls of the Capitol smell like polish. There are many people in the hallway, but since you've gotten this far, they choose to ignore you and hope that you're not one of their constituents.
Nice. The power of oddities. Cool. I want to try and find Horace Page's office.
Absolutely. And because I don't know exactly what the interior of the Capitol was like and how it was organized, you find the office of Horace Page,
Yes.
and we make no further comments on it.
Narrative convenience.
Good cover. Good cover.
We knock.
No,
All right.
I go in. I don't knock.
All right, you go right in. There's a small mousy woman who is sitting at a small desk with an antique typewriter, which would have been very cutting edge for her day. And she looks up at you through spectacles as you come through the door. Well, hello, darling. How are you doing here? Oh, you look so funny. You must be Californians.
Oh my god. How did you know? Yeah, love Los Angeles so much. I am here to see Mr. Page. I was actually sent by the president.
Oh, you've already seen the president already. Isn't that sweet? Oh, Mr. Page he's just right back there. And since you are constituents, there'll be no problem at all. We're just going to get you right in. He said not to disturb him too much because he was on very important business. But you know what? I like your face. I like your attitude. You're constituents. You're from California. I'm just going to pass you right on through.
Thank you so much. You're such a doll. I'm bringing all of these people with me.
Yeah, the state of California is where I was born.
Well, of course, darling. And you've got such a silly accent that you made up. Hugh leads the charge through the door to Mr. Page's office.
I think it should be Char.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, you go in. You see what you would anticipate for an office. The desk is a little bit larger than the one out front. There is a bobblehead on the desk with a grass skirt, and there is a portly man who is very balding, sitting in front of a mirror, running a comb over and over again through his long beard. When he sees you, he turns about from the mirror. Whoa, dude! I didn't expect anybody to come in right now. Dude.
Ay, caramba!
Was not expecting that.
Very in touch with his base. This is
I have stopped expecting stuff.
Char marches up to the edge of the desk and slams her hands down and says, "Excuse me, but I think you have some kind of problem with, like, Irish people, and that's not cool. Dude.
Dude, no, I generally thought the Irish were actually, like, pretty cool, bro, but, do you have a man I could talk to? Like, no real biggie, but, it's not, like, a thing that I generally do, talking to, like, dudettes. I'm kind of, I like to talk to the people in charge, you know what I'm saying?
Smack him.
You know what would make you seem like you were more in charge of your life? Is if you hadn't had some kind of balding issue because you neglected your hair care. Look, you're scraping that comb through your ridiculous excuse for a beard over and over again, not even conscious that by doing that, you will actually be pulling out more of your beard hairs than is necessary. You should comb your beard maximum, like, once a day, then set the comb down and leave it alone. If you had shown that much dedication to your scalp, I'm sure that you wouldn't be looking the way that you are right now.
Shots fired.
Seriously uncool, bro.
Well, you know what else is uncool? The fact that I have come in here to provide my excellent perspective and opinion, and yet I don't feel that mutual respect from you.
Okay, so Zoo walks up and leans down.
One of my constituents. Dude, could you please, like, keep a handle on your woman, bro? She's kind of harsh in my bellow, you know?
I just want to punch him so bad.
Zoo grabs Mr. Page by the beard
Yes!
and brings him down so that his face is directly in front of Char's face.
Oh, a little
and
bit
says-
further away, Zoo. He has bad breath.
Sorry, I give you a foot of space. And then it just says, "You should probably apologize, man."
I would like you to decide right now, are you a monster? Because this was just an incredibly aggressive thing you did to someone who was causing no physical threat to anybody. Is violence really your first option? And if not, I would like you to apologize and leave the room and take a fate point. And go cry. Or you can give me a fate point and continue doing what you did.
I will accept your invocation. And so at this point, I've yanked him down to the ground. So he's like kneeling in front of Shah. And then I let go of his beard. And I'm like, oh crap, what have I done? What am I doing? And I sort of dust the front of his coat, but a little bit rougher than I mean to. Not because I'm trying to hurt him, just because I'm a bit flustered. And so it's more like I'm smacking him in the chest a few times. And I say, sorry, Horace, you're fine. You're fine. Maybe just be nicer to the ladies, but I'm going to go. And then I run outside, and if you pan outside, you'll see me sitting in one of the waiting room chairs, and the mousy receptionist has brought a box of tissue over to me, and I'm just like weeping in a chair. And I'll take a fate point.
Thanks so much, Sue.
Dude.
You're amazing.
If these are your friends, like, I don't think I'm really losing very much by losing their vote. And you can please leave my office.
Are you married?
He sits
Not
down. He's
asking
not
for
talking to
myself.
you anymore.
You know, you have to listen to what I'm saying because I'm like best friends with the president and he's not super happy with you right now.
You should listen to what she's saying because I have a gun.
Whoa.
And we just basically said bomb in the airport.
You hear the receptionist open the door and start calling for the police.
I didn't say it that loud.
Loud enough for her to hear.
I start juggling guns.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Effie,
This is going so bad.
This is diffusing the situation. The
Effie?
gun juggling.
do you think you could, like, I don't know, take him and, like, basically kidnap him for, like, a day while we convince him about what we want to do?
I was going to say, no, I think there might have been some misunderstanding. When my partner here, Miss Derringer, said that she had a gun, she meant that you had to listen, because if you don't listen, then we might not be able to do our gun juggling act.
All right, roll deceive.
Okay, that is a -1. Deceive is not something I do well.
Okay, things are worse. There is now on the scene the aspect panicking politician. Dudes, my life is being threatened, dudes! He opens the window and starts shouting outside.
I think this might be the time when we actually kidnap him.
Sir Knight, you are walking towards the Capitol when you hear screaming. Someone's life is being threatened.
I run.
You see a portly man who's shouting out a window, and the people who maybe kidnapped you from your own time are juggling guns behind him.
You have good eyesight there, Knight.
Yeah. Well, without my helmet, my eyesight's a lot better.
In that case, you probably see that it's someone in your helmet who is juggling the guns.
Yes. And because I need to get my helmet back. I might have been wrong about being wrong. These may be communists.
Dudes! Please, dudes!
I am on my way, good citizen!
Okay, out loud I say to you guys, we're gonna get out of here. This is not working. Let's go.
Shar grabs this man by the lapels and shakes him a little bit and says, dude, Mr. Page, all we need from you is to know why you don't like Irish people, and then we will leave. We're not trying to hurt you, but we are trying to intimidate you just a little bit because you suck, my good sir.
He does not stop screaming for help.
I'm going to continue running towards the Capitol building.
You are at the window.
I'm going to go around and barge through the front door.
Okay.
Because climbing in the window in my armor might be difficult. I have armor, dang it.
All right.
So you come up to the window and then decide to go around the building.
Stay right there.
Apparently I am.
I'll be
Yes,
right
I
there.
am coming around, good sir.
All right.
Stay
You
right there.
You had the
and
opportunity
you,
to act at the window.
And leave
chose
my
to run
helmet
around.
there.
We got it. Dudes, I think you should probably get out, bro, before anything really bad happens to you, like what you wanted to have happen to me, dude.
Is he watching me?
No, he's heading out of the room.
I'm gonna follow him.
I was going to say he's decided you're not a threat, but I guess you're following him, so.
I'm just gonna continue my act. I'll just turn my guns into flowers like a magician.
Okay. Roll resources.
5.
5. Okay. You do manage to turn your guns into flowers. Is anybody watching?
Is the door closed?
You're able to get into the Capitol building. It is open.
I wanted to bust down the door.
You can roll physique if you'd rather bust down the door.
Can I use shield rush for it?
Sure.
Okay, using my shield, I get +2 when moving and attacking an enemy, which in this case is the door. That gives me a 7.
Okay, you break down the door to the Capitol.
Yes! I am
was
coming to
already
save
open.
you!
Some of the police that were before heading towards the room turn around and come to intercept you.
I am coming to save the good sir that's being attacked!
Sir Knight, as you yell at the cops that you're coming to help, they pull out their nightsticks
Nightsticks.
and they try and bar the way, saying, "Please, sir, stand down. Drop your weapons. This is the capital."
Going to try and convince them that I'm on their side.
Things probably would have been way easier for you if you had decided to face federal property as soon as you got in. Okay, roll rapport.
I may want to use a fate point for this. But I got a 1.
Okay, currently you are able to establish some rapport, but if you don't spend a fate point, you're just going to keep yourself from going right to combat right now. If you spend a fate point to bump it up, then you can get a more moderate response.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a fate point because, Nito, I am a superhero.
Okay, explain to me what you do.
I'm going to tell them, "Good coppers, I'm on the beam!" I'm standing with my arms raised, as a good citizen who has weapons on him should do.
Do you have your sword out or not?
No, my sword's sheathed.
Okay, just checking.
There are some people inside who are a pain in the neck, and I'm ready to give them a knuckle sandwich.
The constables blink and look at each other and say, Look, buddy. I don't know if you know this. You broke the door. We've got it under control. You need to leave."
I've met these people before, and they are a bit above your pay grade. Let me through, and I will take care of them. Justice must prevail.
Listen, if you're willing to put your weapons here with us, you can keep going. Otherwise, the three of us, we're going to go outside and talk.
Aren't these saying that I should go and face the enemy without any weapons?
This is Mr. Page. He says a lot of weird things. It's mildly concerning. As I understand, they're circus folk. So,
But they attacked him, no?
John, did they attack him? Well, I've only heard the normal screaming. Give Jimmy your sword. He'll give it back if you need it. And then we can all go see what Mr. Page is yelling about.
Jimmy, this sword is very precious to me.
Aha, sure, buddy. Okay, inside the room of Representative Page.
Can I make eye contact with Zoomin at all? Is this possible?
Zoomin, you tell us if he can make eye contact.
Yeah, I mean,
with
I
you.
went like straight in a straight line, so I'm like literally on the opposite wall of the door, sitting in a chair. So looking through the doorway, yeah, you can make eyes with me.
I make eyes with Zoomin. I raise one eyebrow, and then I raise the other eyebrow. I turn back to Representative Page, and I say,
I assume the position.
I'm going to be using the stunt Believe in Things You Cannot to give him a +2 rapport when making a character try to believe the truth. And I say, "Please, Representative, we are not here to hurt you. We are here to save the universe."
Whoa! Zubin has assumed the table position and is currently crouched behind Representative Page.
In the table position?
Yep.
Dude, what do you mean the universe? Are you like literally insane? Are you guys nuts? Go ahead, do whatever you're gonna do next.
I don't know, I was just going to push him.
You push him, you push him.
All right, roll physique to push Horace.
Remember, he is strongly built with square shoulders and a thick neck.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Ira.
Wow, what a roll. That is +2 to my already +2, so +4, great.
Yes, you push him over. He falls on the floor. Dude, uncool, bro.
We have him where we want him. Get him. It is for his own protection.
I'm undercover. I'm with your protection detail. We must exit the building. There's a crazy man with a sword coming. I'm gonna scoop him up and run through the window with him.
All right,
It's great.
roll the grapple, and I'm going to give you a +2 from him being knocked over.
Well, I rolled 2, and I have 2, so I also get 4. Great. Plus the aspect, I get a 6.
All right, so yeah, you pick him up.
Hold on tight, Mr. Representative, sir.
Dude, Dad, what are you even talking about? I'm being inducted now! And give me an agility roll, and if you beat the target number of 3 by at least 2, I'll let you get out the window this round.
Okay, I have 4, so I will activate pursuit mode to overcome the obstacles in my precarious environment, which is the window.
All right, your vision zeroes in. It gets the red filter that you'd expect when you watch a cyborg movie. And there's something else really kind of odd that you're feeling in the back of your brain. It's like a buzzing. It's, you're used to your normal mechanical brain issues. This is just kind of unusual. Nothing else happens. You get out the window, and there are no police around outside the window. Everyone inside, there are now police at the door of the office.
Shar wants to dive out the window after Effie.
All right, athletics, please.
Oh, I have a +2 to athletics. I rolled a +3, and that is a +5.
All right, you execute a beautiful dive out the window, your hair streaming behind you. I do declare, they seem to have kidnapped Mr. Page.
We'll bring him back. Sorry, Nathan. We kind of left you in the lurch. You're the only one that might have a hard time getting away.
Van Helsing and Zoo, you're both inside still.
I'm going to dive out the window.
Okay. Remember, our target number is 3 to get out.
Okay, well, so the thing about that...
Oh, no.
I got a +1 to my athletics.
Okay.
So...
Oh, I see.
So I could get back up there with a fate point.
I mean, you don't want to leave Van Helsing behind, do you?
Oh, it's fine. I'll be fine.
I don't think I have an aspect to invoke to
That's okay. Would you like to
boost my
succeed
athletics.
with a consequence?
Yes, I'd like to succeed with a consequence, please.
Okay, that's great. I like it when you say yes. Yes, and very important part of impromptu.
Yes, and please don't make it a very difficult consequence.
No, it's mild. As you go to jump out the window, you stumble, a little shaky from the whole crying and, threatening a man as your first response to any situation.
Right.
And you stumble and you crash full force through the window. Good news, you're outside. Bad news, you're a little bit banged up. That's going to be 2 physical stress.
Okay, no
Easy peasy.
problem. Also, there is now no longer an actual window. It's just a hole where the frame has come off with my hips.
Inferring that Zoo's hips are the widest part of his body.
I tripped and fell and broke stuff. It's fine.
Van Helsing, you hear a terrible crash.
It should be easy if you get out now.
and probably some swearing in Australian.
Australian?
Australian swearing is just...
For the love of Steve Irwin.
Yep, that's madness.
And you are now the last one in the room. The secretary has picked up her typewriter and is holding it over her head.
I don't know. I'm not that fast. I think I'm going to stay behind and try and stall the police. In the comms, I just say, I will stall them.
Hey fam, thanks so much for listening. We hope you had a good time. Now, coming up in the next week, Timmy is having his first dentist's appointment, and he's really concerned. So let's all show up to support him at 10 a.m. and make sure to bring your favorite treat. Bye.